All right, are we ready then? All right, is it okay? Click the button.
What is premium slobs? Is that a thing?
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, you missed last week.
You must have missed last week. So on time, on point, coming free of charge. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, 223rd live edition. A long time coming. Highly anticipated, nebulously often supplicated, underappreciated FLU program. In the program feature, we've got a rash. Nicholas Sander, P. Compensated talents of William Bishop, Blake Evers, Stable Media, Moderators, third round draft, took the name later, 3 people, 2 attempts, 1 dream, broadcasting's finest train wreck. It gets some viewers. That's what I like about it. Other than that, not so much.
Woohoo.
And How About You is a Corey Media presentation associated with YouTube, iTunes, available from every coast to every coast, YouTube, Spotify, all that sort of stuff. And now here he is. He's back after 4 months off. And
I freaking wish.
Feeling horrible. Miss William Bishop.
I'm not feeling great today. Yeah. Hi everyone. How you doing?
What is your you have not felt great for what? It's been like 5 months.
I mean, 5 what? No.
5 years.
Have you got the have you got the 5 month?
Yeah, 5 years.
You got the 5 month
Obviously.
COVID. You got the 5 month COVID.
5 month. Oh well, you know what? I've had a string of illnesses, haven't I? I mean, getting sick and going to the emergency room has been a big problem. I just had a root canal recently. You just had no. You just had what gave me anxiety about all the stuff you have going on. That goddamn medical bill that you posted. Oh yeah.
That made me more sick than any of that other stuff you've been telling me about.
C'est la vie. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
shit.
Should I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Woo!
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that sometimes. Holy crap.
I'm not even honestly upset about it.
Oh my God.
It's not like I would have done anything differently. It's not like I have regrets for going to the hospital when I was so sick. So it was way higher than 5.7. I'll tell you what. Yeah, he posted of it. Yeah, it was big time. I posted it. You can go look if you want to go look.
That is not 24 hours in the ER.
It wasn't even 24 hours.
It was not even 24 hours. Right.
I want to say. So I'm going to talk to them. I want to get an itemized.
It was
exactly.
You sat in a tube and got your head examined because you fell.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah. And you got X-rays.
And
all that stuff.
I mean, we'll see.
I guess I'll just die. Like the meme.
Just move. The plane ticket to go
I'm just going to go to a different country. I'm just going to deuce out.
Just fly to the UK, get treated, fly back. It would be cheaper.
It would have been cheaper. It would have been cheaper.
Probably been cheaper.
It would have been as expedient, but it would have been
Get a deal out of it.
Yeah.
Have a fun trip out of it.
Yeah.
Brought my sickness over to another country.
Yep.
Mine as well. Don't see why not.
Run across to Canada. What's up, guys? Let's have some maple syrup and give me that.
Oh yeah.
Give me hospital. Yeah, that was rough, man. So what's your deal today? What is it today?
What is it today?
Yeah.
It's my tooth is bugging me. I think the pain meds that I'm on are making me woozy.
Really? You got pain meds?
They're just codeine. So.
Okay, when I had my, you know what I discovered this week? In that medicine cabinet, when I had my little,
never going anywhere?
My snippy snip.
Me too. Oh yeah.
When I had my snippy snip, they gave me like a freaking jar full. It's almost a jar. It wasn't a little medicine bottle full. It was a jar of painkillers or pain meds, and I took one, and there was probably 40 in there. So I've got 38, 39 of them sitting in there, and I went.
Oh no.
Hey,
you're just
in case.
Now.
I mean, it's probably. I don't know what expired medicine does for a person. It probably just has no effect.
Have as much of effect.
Yeah, it just has
death.
It's not death. It's not death. But it's good for the next time. Whatever I have, I've got them in there because
this is hoarding.
Yeah,
this is why he plays Factorio. Right
and I didn't need them. Like I was fine. The next day, I was working in the yard.
Your scrotum didn't hurt anymore.
It was fine. I was working in the yard. It's like my wisdom teeth.
Work in the yard.
When I had my wisdom teeth out, next day I went to a party. I was great, eating sandwiches.
They gave you 40 painkillers for the wisdom teeth or no?
Wisdom teeth was too long ago. They did give me some. I think I took one that day and then.
The thing about when I get painkillers, I just eat them all. I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter if I'm in pain anymore. It's just I'm just taking them. Just taking them for the LOLs, you know. Just screw it. Like that's why I don't have any. Like,
let's get an adventure. Let's go. Let's
like
pop
candy.
this. Yeah.
You know, it's just if it's there, I'm eating it.
Look, I've already paid for it. There's no incremental cost.
Yeah, I had to pay for it.
We've seen William Bishop in the face of no incremental cost, or whether free or either one. Let's do this. Let's ratchet this
shit up. You give me a free meal, I have to eat the entire thing. I don't have a choice.
There's no choice.
It's just like it stops. Like there's a thing in my mind that prevents me from not being able to consume.
Scarcity, the scarcity model is one that is going to be there forever. It's a lifelong setting. Is scarcity model. So you gotta eat while you can.
Like I have no experience with the hospital, painkillers, any of this. Like almost none at all.
Yeah, don't go. The hospital's not somewhere you want to be.
Don't get sick. It would suck to go to the hospital, especially right now. I think I'll opt out. I think maybe not.
Good call.
You shouldn't. If you can at all avoid it, you should. I actually had a weird this week. I had a weird, very harsh pain in my throat here, and it wasn't like a sore throat. And I Googled it. It's right here where your lymph nodes are, and there's lots of issues. If you Google lymph node pain, most of it is swelling.
Yeah.
Most of it's swelling and like pressure and inflammation due to some other infection. So it's a thing whenever your lymph nodes have to work overtime to take that's what they do is they take trash out of your system, and when you're sick you're overusing them, right? So it's like a swelling thing. That was not this. So none of the things I looked up were like, okay, yeah, get an aspirin or whatever it is, right? This was 30 seconds apart waves of pain on one side, and it was not tender to touch, whether I had my hand on it, whether I was, lacrosse ball jamming into it or massaging or any of that business or stretching. Nothing did anything, right? And so I'm going, all right.
You got cancer.
Yeah, right.
I'm a doctor.
I looked up lymph node cancer, expecting to see it. No, different. When you experience that,
if your lymphatic system gets cancer, you are so screwed.
Wrong.
You are done.
There's a good kind of cancer that you want. I think it's Hodgkin's cancer is the one you want. It's very, very treatable.
Clip that. There's a good kind of cancer that you want.
There is. Okay. I read about it. There's a favorable cancer, and then there's the non-Hodgkin's is the one that is look out. You're half white. You're half right.
There's half white. Okay. There's a good kind of cancer.
There's one that you want because it says this on WebMD, right? It is the self-diagnosis of cancer website. If that's what you want to do, that's where you go. And so I was reading up on it. And I said, and it said, if you have Hodgkin's, this is, and it even said the word favorable. It is very treatable.
Favorable makes sense.
Yeah, it is favorable. Very treatable. Lots of things that they have going on. Lots of different treatments. Basically, it was telling you we got this, right? If that's that kind.
If it's a favorable prognosis.
If it's non-Hodgkin's, then you start going down the William Bishop
type of cancer that you want.
Guys, I've got it right here. It says symptoms may include fever, night sweats, and weight loss. That's it.
Oh,
that's
weight
it.
Loss, easy peasy. Get that
I'm
one.
Into that. I'm into
lose
that.
the weight.
Can I have Hodgkin's?
Be cured of it. You'd be
all done.
That's it.
That's all done.
That's the one that you want. It's a weight loss formula.
So I wake up and it's a little hurting, and it starts hurting more and more and more and more over the day. And somewhere around 2 a.m., I get woken up by my pain, and I'm going, I'm gonna need to go. So I ran downstairs and I took a Tylenol at midnight, and then a Motrin at 2 a.m. when I got up from it, right? When I got woke up by it, and then I put my hand on the wife's elbow and I said, "I'm hurting pretty good. I need you to know the medication I've taken in case we gotta go to urgent care or something." And I just said, "Hey, I took this here. I took this here in case there's some weird thing."
Okay, so you're getting into that pile that you had.
No, I didn't. I didn't break into that pile. That's
so you're just telling Clown Wife about you taking a Motrin?
Well, because if we end up having to go to the ER and she has to make decisions for me, she needs to know what I've had and what hour because it's every
16 Motrins.
It's every 4 hours.
In here.
Right.
No wonder you're having a brain. You've been poisoning yourself.
So you can only take it every 4 hours, right? So and you want to stagger them. You can take acetaminophen and Motrin at the same time because they're different properties, right?
Dr. Clown in the house today.
I'm married to a nurse, and she appreciated this sort of thing, right? So
so she's Dr. Clown.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
We got to have her on then, and then ask her about the favorable lymphoma.
Right.
Which kind you want for weight loss.
Desirable.
Desirable, right. And she's actually not a bad for a nurse. She's not a bad diagnostician. Like she's been able to call it over some doctors that have been dismissive, and she says, no, I think we ought to x-ray, or I think we ought to do this, and she's been right more times than she's been wrong. So she's not
lupus, probably, right?
Yeah, it's always lupus. It's never lupus.
Has it ever been lupus in-house?
Once. Yeah, it was. It was lupus one
for
time.
sure,
Yeah. It was one time. In
I showed for 6 seasons. It's one of everything. You get one of each.
Yeah, there was at least one lupus, but it was always suggested lupus, but it was never lupus, right? Yeah, so she was a real MVP. So she did that one, but I did wake her up. But so the next day, the pain went away after I guess I slept it off or something. No symptoms the next day after being woken up by pain. It hurt pretty bad. So, and my decision was, okay, go to the doctor, or pain's gone, suck it up, and wait for a different time to go. I chose choice number 2. I'm staying as far away from any sort of medical, hospital, anything, any of that, any GP's office, nothing. I'm not.
So that's how I operate my entire life, though. So no big difference there.
Right. Well, I mean, mine is if it's preventable, I'm gonna go pay the $100 copay or whatever it is for my insurance, and I'm gonna go get it checked out.
American dream over there.
Yeah. At this point, with everything going on with the COVID and all that business, sorry, ain't not worth it. I saw a woman. Okay, I was at.
I was walking down to bed. Where was accent came out real strong there.
I might have gone. I don't remember where I was, but I did end up. Oh, I was taking my kid to practice, to swim practice, and I saw a lady who was kind of over near some other people, and she at least took 2 steps away. Everybody had masks on. They were kind of socially distancing themselves, and they were kind of talking. One lady was in her car. The other lady was in her car. One was standing. Another one was standing, and they were just talking about swim stuff. And one lady pulled her mask up to cough, and I thought,
she want to cough in her mask.
That's
what do you mean?
That's why you have the mask, I think, is
what if she took the mask off and then coughed into her? Would that be more acceptable? You keep the mask.
No, it would be more acceptable than coughing into somebody else's face directly, for sure. But
she did take a step away. She turned away. She turned away from the conversation, and she took her and coughed like that, coughed downward.
And I wash your mask.
And just from an observational standpoint, just from an alien, because if an alien landed and they said, okay, they're wearing masks so they won't breathe on anyone or cough on anyone, and then you see this lady go and do a cough, then you would think about it. So anyway,
people are still learning this thing, I think.
So we're talking about DMCA today.
We can.
You guys got a ton of time. As soon as you guys start talking about DMCA, I'm out of here. Okay.
Why?
Is that where you're?
Badger's going to disagree with everything you say on DMCA because he doesn't think it's real. So the real hoax, in Badger's world is not COVID. It's DMCA. That's Badger's hoax.
DMCA is a hoax.
Yeah.
Why is DMCA? I'm just all about enforcement. Okay. That's all I care about.
Every time I've come to this program many times going, DMCA, it's on, Badger. They're going to get us. They're going to get us all. And I'm Chicken Little.
True. And I'm like, nah, bro,
and you're going, no.
And I'm right every time.
It's a hoax. So far.
I am right every time. So we had a DMCA scare just recently with Twitch again.
Scare? And, people got banned.
Yeah,
people got banned a day? Full day. 24-hour ban. 24-hour suspension.
Suspension. Yeah, right. We should have the right words, right.
Right. So, but still, it's not like people aren't playing copyright music on their streams. I saw one streamer doing a DMCA stream where he was specifically playing copyright music.
Was he really?
And it was fine.
Why?
He was like, he deleted the bot afterwards. Well, it's like I don't know why exactly he would label it that way, but people still want to listen to music in their streams, and they are still doing so.
I was doing okay. I was doing okay this morning, and then I was watching somebody stream, and I got so tilted. I was like pacing around my apartment. I was so upset about it. And I was like, I'm glad that I have this energy because I'm going on EAY, and I need this kind of energy to go on EAY and talk about DMCA.
What got you so tilted?
So like, okay, how do I tell this? So, the guy that I was watching, I'll call him out because I'm punching up because I'm a teeny tiny streamer and he's enormous. Okay. It was GM Hikaru.
Yes,
mentioned last week's stream.
Yes,
he's a great dude. Love his stream. Clown's been watching him.
Yes.
So he streams chess. So it's just his face and then chess. He's a grandmaster at chess.
Yes.
And he's been blowing up because they did a whole PogChamps was the tournament. And he plays copyrighted music on his stream
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
So for anyone that's like, no, this is like I play copyrighted music because I want to play copyrighted music, that's fine. But this is what got me tilted. He paused the stream today and said, guys, I've lost. He's still streaming right now. I feel kind of bad about this. He paused the stream and he was like, guys, I need to take a moment to talk about this because I lost my faith in humanity today a little bit. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. Okay. I'm going to keep watching this. And he was like, I found somebody that was taking my stream content from Twitch, uploading it to YouTube on their channel, and then monetizing it and making money off of it.
How about that?
He said, "This is ridiculous." So, but this I'll give him full credit. This is the interesting part. So he got mad at this person monetizing his content without giving him any credit for it. He issued a copyright strike on them.
Oh my God!
They sent him an email and they said, "Hey, like, I apologize. I didn't realize that people would be upset about me streaming their content. I won't do this anymore. Just take the copyright strike away from my channel." So he took the copyright strike off. And then as soon as he did that, the guy went back and re-uploaded more of his streams on YouTube and monetized them again. So he was like, I'm upset because this is bullshit that this person would monetize my content without giving me credit for it. And I said, oh, do you mean like the way that you play Bruno Mars and Katy Perry and, you know, all of this popular music on your stream and you don't give them any credit and they don't get any money for it? So I was like, I'm pretty upset about it. But I was like, I'm gonna do something about this. I'm gonna take a moment. And I saw that he had TTS enabled. And I was like you guys know now from the beginning of the stream, I've got $200 to spare. You know,
it's advertising.
So I was like, fine,
let's take a stand.
I'll donate to him, and I'll see what he has to say. So I sent him a message, and I said, hey, I'm a new fan, but I noticed that you're pissed off about people re-uploading your YouTube content, but you're streaming copyright music. Like, why would you do that? And when he was talking about it on stream, he was like, what I do is I put my VODs behind the sub wall. So his VODs are sub only because he thinks that makes him more likely to get, or less likely to get a DMCA strike, because the bots that are, he's got this whole weird, right? He's got this whole thing that he's worked out in his brain. So he's like, I'm going to keep streaming copyrighted music, and I'm going to make the VOD sub only so that the bots won't find the copyrighted music and DMCA take down me.
He is this guy that he's mad at about DMCA. He's literally him.
Yes,
that's wild. I see why you're tilted.
How about you fucking don't stream copyrighted music?
I'm a little tilted
and then
now.
Make your VODs free. So I sent him this text-to-speech on this. I was like, hey, dude, people are uploading your YouTube content. Maybe you shouldn't stream copyright music. Maybe you should just open your VODs. Not with that exact wording. I didn't have a full, 5 minutes to go on a rant at his face.
Yeah.
But he saw the TTS and was like, good one. And then moved on with what he was talking about.
Destroyed you. He just didn't engage at all.
I got up from my computer. I started fucking pacing the kitchen. I was like,
he's like, this guy just ignored. Yeah.
I get it, man.
The biggest insult you can possibly give someone.
I'm not I'm not actually mad. Like I wouldn't want to shut him down, but it's just like real frustrating to be like, here's $3 because homie, this is a bad take.
Yeah.
And then he's like, cool story, bro. Peace. Like.
Yeah, that's what you got thinking. Yeah, maybe saying something is good. So
I get it.
Saying I do not play copyright music on my stream.
Me either.
This is why I'm not worried about DMCA.
Right, you're not. But like we see this going on all the time. And so the recommendation for GM Hikaru came from, it was Mojo,
right? Yeah, last week.
No,
because I had been watching a bunch of him for weeks, and when Mojo mentioned it, you, as I remember it last week, Colin, you were like, "Oh, GM Hikaru? I had no idea. Who was this?" Oh no, you're right. It was Z1.
It was Z1. Yeah, our buddy Z1 recommended.
Right. You're right. Fair enough.
And he said, go check this guy out. And sure enough, the next day I hit him a follow that just then. He streamed the next day, and I went in there, and Bon Jovi was blaring, and I went,
"Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?" It was Bon Jovi. I guess if you have 10,000 viewers, you get to do whatever you want. You just do it, right? I guess.
It's about enforcement, boys. All right, he's not getting in trouble, so it is not a problem.
Yet.
Is it?
It is a problem. He's mad at the people for stealing his content.
Let me be more clear. It's not a problem for him, and therefore it's not a problem, right?
Yeah.
He's not gotten in trouble. He hasn't gotten punished.
So we saw.
Right? So it's not an issue.
We saw the clip.
Because so if you guys let's link that video actually in
DJ Wheat.
Do you have a link to that video?
The one that I posted?
Yeah. So if you guys actually watch that video, it's very interesting. Because
it's got a bunch of stuff. I mean, it doesn't cover quite as much as I wanted it to. Like, I wanted it to take a bit of a different direction, which is part of the reason I wanted to come on here, because I saw that video and I was like, that's not good enough for me to just forward that to these guys and then have all of my opinions out there. So I appreciate you guys having me on, because I'm like, I have a lot of things to say about this.
Yeah.
And I don't have a large platform, so I appreciate you guys being like, here, Jason, you can come on and talk about DMCA.
Well,
but that video has a lot of stuff about like the fact that, like, the idea behind copyright and how it's supposed to work, right? And I think a lot of people don't get this at a base level, is that it's meant to protect the little guy. It's supposed to protect somebody like a streamer from having their content re-uploaded on YouTube without their permission. That's what copyright at a base level is supposed to do. And maybe my understanding is coming at this from like a completely different place, because I studied music in college and I took a music business class. And so when you look at this from the perspective of someone who's making music, it's kind of a different conversation from the whole content creator conversation, right?
Yep.
Like in an ideal scenario, if I'm a guy and I'm sitting in my bedroom alone by myself and I have a guitar and I write a song and then I want to publish that song, I have certain rights to what other people can do with that song. And copyright is intended to be, if I'm at home by myself, I write my song and then I upload it to YouTube, that means that a large corporation can't take that song, have Justin Bieber re-record it, and then make $1 million off of it and give me nothing.
Correct.
Right? It's like, it's a moral stance that's supposed to create, or that's supposed to protect the creator. And in the conversation about DMCA, I feel like I don't see that being discussed at all. People are just like, oh, well, I'm not getting taken down, so what matters is whether or not I'm getting taken down, not realizing that if you were the guy that was writing that song and now you're not making money because of it,
right?
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And to me, it's especially immediate, because everyone on Twitch is a content creator. Everyone on Twitch is trying to make money from this. They should know immediately. They should be like, hey guys, I'm trying to make money of this. I know the struggle. I get it, right? I get why people would want to be paid for their work. And instead they're like, no, I want to be paid for my work, but like nobody else should get paid for their work.
But screw Bon Jovi, right?
He's fine. He's rich anyway.
He's fine.
I mean, there's a whole nother conversation to be had there as well about, like, because there's some nuance there as well, that you can make a reasonable argument and say, Bon Jovi at the end of the day, first, he's super rich, so he's already made his money, so really at the end of the day, what's to worry about him? And second, you can say the record companies completely screwed Bon Jovi, and so if you have a moral objection to the way the record companies screw over the artists to begin with, then you can say, okay, then I'm going to go ahead and play Bon Jovi because screw the record companies. And
it's such a gray area to make these kind of decisions.
Like, I would a little bit buy, I guess, if that was your justification, I'd buy it a little bit.
It's fine. Not a big deal.
Right.
I can beat him up. It's okay because he said this thing.
Right. And the other one is, well, he's wealthy, he's fine, so I could steal from him, no problem. right? So stealing's cool in this case, but not
stealing's okay in that case. Not in that case. It's
But I feel like there are some people that are making those justifications, right? If you're a teeny tiny itty bitty baby streamer and you don't care that much about anyone who's making Bon Jovi's making millions of dollars, so you're like, whatever, I'll just take from his stuff.
Jerkhole.
He's such a jerk.
Part of being famous.
I can see that, but it's not. It's just not a good take.
It's not a good argument.
It's difficult.
It's a shitty argument.
I mean, stealing people's intellectual property is a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Now, so I take issue actually with the idea that these copyright stuff is specifically meant to protect small individuals, because how it ends up being enforced, like the way it actually gets used, is only people who can pay for lawyers can actually do these things. So maybe the intention was to protect small people, but in effect, it really only protects people who are able to enforce their copyright, which is almost invariably large organizations. So in your case, Jason, when the small guy writes his song, he'd have to hire a lawyer to go after Justin Bieber, and he's not going to be able to do that. So Bieber gets away with it.
And that's part of the best part of that video that I posted. That's what that video discusses. Better than anything else that I've ever seen. Is like, it's not an issue with the fact that copyright law exists. Like, people seem to be taking issue with DMCA like it's some boogeyman that's trying to destroy Twitch channels. And it's not. It's the way that copyright law is written is meant that if I write my own song, I should be able to control who gets to play that on a stream. I should be able to monetize that because it's my creative work. And it's really the bullshit of the legal system
and the world of people.
That really makes that a problem. And that's what that video goes into. I don't know how far you got into it, but he's like, most of the way that the law was written. What's that?
I didn't watch it.
I got it. No, check it out.
Most of the way that the law was written was, hey, I'm a huge corporation and I own all the rights to these 50 songs. And here's another corporation and I own the rights to these 50 songs. We both have teams of lawyers. And so the law was written in a way that was like, I can, use my team of lawyers to litigate this and then figure out what's supposed to actually happen with it. But from like a moral standpoint and from an actual implementation standpoint, there's not an issue with the copyright law itself. There's not an issue with the DMCA as an idea, right? DMCA is meant so that Hikaru can take down somebody who's re-uploading his videos. Right. It's not meant to shut down a channel because they're streaming Bon Jovi. But that's what the people are mad about. The people are mad about not being able to stream Bon Jovi while they simultaneously.
Right. While they,
I think that
stop other people from re-uploading
mostly because there's just so few people this is being enforced on, and there's so few songs, and those songs are very often errant as well, where the artist is like, "Hey, I didn't like this. They shouldn't have taken the Twitch channel down," because that's happened before previously. Last time that someone got DMCA strike, the artist came out and said, "Hey, that was not cool. I'm talking to the label, and we're going to try to not do that." So there's just like, we're kind of getting allowed to do it, but also it's illegal, and it's morally kind of bad. Like it's.
Well, that's the thing that also I don't see. I mean, in terms of is a thing illegal or not illegal, the entirety of copyright law falls under civil law. So me taking a John Bon Jovi song and playing it on my stream is illegal in the sense that there's a law that stops me from doing that. But it's not illegal in the sense that I would immediately go to jail if somebody saw me doing it. Right. So when people are like, it's not illegal because I'm not going to jail, it's like, no, it is illegal. Well, it's just the way that the legal process for civil law works is you go to court and you sue somebody for it. Yeah. Right? It's like a contract disagreement. It's not, it's not criminal. Like it's not your house and stole it.
It's not violence or public health type of thing. Right?
If I hit you, the cops come immediately. If I play a John Bon Jovi song, the cops are not called.
They're not called.
That is not part of that process.
Right.
If you play it loud
enough. Apparently, shutting down your Twitch channel is maybe a part of that process now, and people are all upset about it.
24 hours. 24 hours is what I've seen. Okay, I want to keep specifying that.
Yeah, 24-hour suspension.
There's been other bans recently for no laws broken. as far as it's been decided by a court.
Some laws and some laws,
well,
but not agreed upon in court.
Yeah.
And other laws were just
not agreed on in court.
Yeah, one of them was just kind of general. Okay, it's not what we want on Twitch, and then gone forever.
There's some great. I mean, there's some great evidence to suggest that people are morally bad people, and that got actual removals. But these DMCA stuff has not so far been an issue.
But here's
even on YouTube, here's get removed.
Yeah, the scary part.
Yeah.
The scary part is this was stuff was not, hey, this week you did it. It was 2017. There was one clip that you forgot about, I forgot about, a viewer took. It was buried 6 feet down underneath all these pages and pages and pages of clips. And by the way,
time and resources.
And by the way, it was 3 clips in a row the same night. And here's 1, 2, 3, and you're out for 24 hours.
Yeah. Talking about the DMCA, that is what happened with the DMCA.
That's what happened.
Issue. It was a clip from a long time ago. Who knows how long ago?
2017. Yeah. It was a screenshot on Twitter. It said
that caused a 2017 forever, and that caused the DMCA. So creators everywhere just freaking losing their mind for a week. You guys probably noticed I didn't say anything. I didn't remove a single clip.
I know.
You guys are tripping, dog. All right, stop playing copyright music on your freaking stream, then. Okay.
I sent you.
Yeah, I know. You sent me. You're like, hey, I'm deleting my clips, and I was like,
and you said, no. Your response was the strangest ever. You said,
what did I say?
I don't play copyright music.
I can't go to the screen, but you said something to me like,
I want to see this.
That is not something that is possible. It was the most. It was the. I got to.
That's maybe a little.
It was the most.
I think I said that is. I probably said something like that is unreasonable.
No, I would have gotten that. I would have understood that.
Did I say something insane?
It was insane.
I see if I can.
Now, granted,
I'm really curious about this now. I need to know what was said.
Now, granted, there was a few things on your mind during that time.
Yeah, there was a ton.
Some other stuff going on, maybe.
God dang.
So maybe.
Okay, Hank. There's a couple things on your mind, so I get it.
I'm not even sure what was that. When did this happen?
Yeah, see there, Corbob has it in the chat. That's the thing that I was like, I need to get involved in this discussion because I hear too much. That
3 strikes. 3 strikes is a Twitch thing
for exposure. Corbob, you've got it. You've got it right there.
Yeah. Hang on.
I think the exposure argument is totally valid. Actually, I think that the whole "don't work for exposure" thing is inane. I really do. Like, for example, from my GDQ appearance, doing a charity stream.
So as a strategic choice,
playing on the street,
but it's not a choice for Bon Jovi to be played on somebody's stream, right? He could choose to say don't stream it.
My thing with don't ever do anything for exposure is the very large sentiment I see on Twitter and also on Reddit. That is crazy.
No, I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying no one should be forced to do something for exposure.
Okay, I found it. I found it. I said, are you? I asked Badger, are you deleting your clips? And you said, can't be asked.
Yep.
There you go.
What?
Yeah,
Nope.
there you go.
Not me, son. All right.
Can't
I mean,
be
if you don't stream copyrighted music, you're fine.
Can't be asked.
Well, maybe.
I mean,
hopefully.
Not doing it.
I don't even understand what that means.
There is no benefit for me to do so, therefore I will not.
Right. That response that you just gave me right now
can't be asked.
Would have been way better. Can't be asked to do so.
Deleting clips though? And if so, why were you deleting clips?
Mine?
Yeah.
I didn't delete all of them. I went back and I had some from GTA.
You manually deleted clips?
A couple of them, yeah.
Do you even value your time?
I want to clear. I don't want to get banned. I don't get banned. I don't get strikes. I don't need that. So
a 24-hour vacay?
You'll be fine.
Listen.
You'll be fine.
So listen.
You take 24 hours off. You take 24 hours off once a week.
Not worth yet.
I do, but here's the thing. In my Factorio streams, I almost never do songs. I mean, it would have been way back in the day from VODs and no one clipped it. So I looked through a few of them. But during GTA streams, lots of stuff. So a bunch of my GTA stuff, I ended up having my funny clips. I had to go back and clean. It wasn't a too many. I didn't sit there and do any of that or any of those automated things. I spent about 30 minutes and I went, okay, yeah, let's watch these.
let me hit you with this. You would have been better off getting a DMCA band and then tweeting about it for the interactions.
For the
maybe,
publicity.
yeah, maybe
publicity.
This is how Badger's mind works.
But
okay?
one
All press is good press. Hey guys, I got DMCA striked. I'm banned for 24 hours. See you in 24 hours.
And then when you come back,
for my comeback
you have your comeback party. You know.
Yep, and then everyone's in there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you got banned, even though you should have been streaming copyright music.
Yeah,
with his
I guess
1 hour ban. I don't know if you guys
I saw Admiral Baru. What's the name?
He almost speedrun world record getting unbanned from Twitch. He lost by like 10 minutes. I want to say someone else got unbanned faster.
Wait, why did he get banned?
Emote artist DMCA'd his channel.
Emote
I don't
artist.
Talk about the drama involved, but he was able to prove to Twitch that it wasn't the case, and he was unbanned in 1 hour and 16 minutes and 36 seconds.
What was? Are you guys doing speedruns for unsuspended?
Hey, look, numbers are important in speedruns. Okay, listen.
What's the world record? Under an hour? Right at an hour?
Yeah, it's 1 hour 6 minutes.
1 hour and 6 minutes.
You guys, you're a speedrunner too, knobhead. Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't think that was a category one could run.
It's a life cat, okay?
I want a category for speedrunning getting banned and unbanned.
Oh my goodness, can't be asked.
Compete with your power rider's holding second right now.
I probably spent more than 30 minutes. Okay, I spent longer trying to translate. I spent longer trying to translate your "can't be asked" thing than I did looking at my clips. Right. I was going, what does he even mean?
Can't be asked. Is that not a common expression?
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine, Badger.
Okay.
I'm glad to be here. Clown's.
I went, what is he even saying? I don't even know.
Yeah, you're on point.
I think the very next day, the waterfall of Twitter Me Too came crashing over everybody, and then
everybody. Holy shit!
Everybody. Yeah. Innocent and guilty alike, you know. I mean,
people want to ask about a licensed game within the game. Yes, you can. So to be very clear, a game company could remove your content from just playing their game. Period. End of story. And if there is a song inside of a game that has a copyright held by another person, they can remove it as well. You are not protected whatsoever from doing anything.
Completely.
This is all other people's works. You do not have rights to it. You don't deserve to be able to do it.
Yep.
If League of Legends, you're playing it, and they said the DMCA your channel, legally they can do.
Right.
So
you guys know this, so I feel now like I'm raging to the choir here, but I'm like, I don't know, man. All of the discussion about it was like, I don't understand. I just want to be able to steal other people's work and use it in my content. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to do this.
Can't be arsed.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Come
on, guys.
Yeah,
get it together.
Yeah, I know. I had I would play little clips and things, but I've gotten muted in my VODs before because I've played some of my sound drop clips like Cool in the Gang, celebrate good times. When somebody wins. Yeah. When somebody wins my deal, I have a little 16-second clip that I go celebrate good times. Come on. And it's one stanza. It's a verse of the poem, right? That is celebrate good times. And
7 seconds is all you get. But
you don't get much at all, right? So
so I have this conversation a lot with myself and what I want to use for other things, like fair use and derivative content and what that means. So for example, on my YouTube channel, watching another speedrunners run, making commentary over it. Derivative content. There's a lot of derivative content on YouTube where you take some other person's content, talk about it. And really when we come to the base of it, drama content is very often stealing content or at least derivative content, right? The largest channels on YouTube, PewDiePie, other ones, they pretty much just make derivative content where they take things from Reddit. They take news and they grab it, and it's a hard line to draw between fair use and derivative content and copyright. So like Blake is using, we had a good time, but it's not the song. It's not for listening. It's not for enjoyment. He's taking it using a different subtext that does something for the stream. It's not as if a person is coming to the stream to listen to that song.
Right.
If in fact the exposure argument might be a thing here. We're like, oh, that was an interesting song. I've never heard that before. What song is it? then finds out what the song is and actually listens to the song on Spotify, which would pay the artist.
Yeah.
So I think that the legal term for this, because again, I'm like well versed in how this works. The legal term is transformative. So it's
okay.
not legal for you to take them. Well, I'm trying to think of a better example. I was about to say the Mona Lisa, but the Mona Lisa is very public domain at this point. But if you take somebody's work and you just publish it on your website, copyright, right? You are not allowed to just republish their work. If you take their work and you put a filter on it and completely redo it and do something entirely different with it, then you could argue in court that the use was transformative, and likely you would win. In the case of that argument, from what I know about case studies and things like this, if you said, yeah, I'm using Kool and the Gang in a transformative way for the sake of somebody won a prize, you're like right on the line there. I mean, because the thing is, you guys would be familiar with how granular this gets. Ice Ice Baby, a song by Vanilla Ice. He was like, all he had was dun 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 dun.
David Bowie, right?
Right? Under Pressure, Queen and David Bowie wrote a song. He was like, no, they didn't. I didn't take that from them. That was mine originally. And they took him to court, and they won, and they took all of it. They took all of it.
I agree.
They won a lot for just that. That was enough for them to win. They were like, nope, that's us. You took it from us. And he was like, no, I added actually, it's hilarious if you don't have time to look up the video, but
I agree, man.
Video where he's justifying it, and he's like, no, theirs goes dun 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 dun, and mine goes dun 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 dun. You see how it was different, transformative. It was transformative there in the middle where I did that thing. And the court was like, no, that's not how this works.
Right.
All of the money goes to Queen.
So
he lost all of it for that.
So why hasn't Sting sued the hip hop community for ripping off all his stuff?
I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's a civil law, right? They don't have immediate permission to do that.
Right.
But if somebody just chooses, if they're like, hey, and there are a bunch of other laws that are related to this, things like Creative Commons, where you can write a work and you can say, or copyright-free music, where you say, hey, I wrote this, and I don't care. I'm not interested in pursuing any legal rights to stop you from using it for any purpose.
Right.
When we talk about copyright-free music, I want to mention that it can be copyrighted later and then enforced. It doesn't matter if it was uncopyrighted at the time. They can actually retroactively copyright it and then enforce it, which just happened to me. Yes.
Really?
There is a YouTube enforcement of Monster Cat on copyright music that then signed a label, and now that label is enforcing the copyright on YouTube videos that are super old. It doesn't matter. So
I
something
feel like
funny, in my
legally
opinion,
you'd be able to win that one.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not worth it. So regardless of a legal,
that's Badger's argument for enforcement, right? Is in order to actually have it enforced, right?
It's like, I mean, I'm making pennies off that video anyway now. There's a lot of, so in my opinion, you should also mention that the other side of the medal, which is the other side of the coin. I thought that was funny. There's a lot of claims on YouTube. One of my factory reviews claimed because of the game soundtrack. It wasn't Woo, but I claimed it. So this is the thing about the enforcement of these large organizations. They're like paper enforcing all of this stuff, and that's why. I mean, we want it to be for the small guy, but in reality, it's the large guy that has the power in the situation.
Yeah,
true.
But I want that to be the conversation around it. And when I hear people talking about it, they're, for the most part, they're like, copyright's nonsense.
Copyright bad.
Like
copyright
bad.
Copyright
that happens all the time. And it's like, no, dude, it's not how this is supposed to work.
It's not supposed to work.
And in a lot of cases, right, Vanilla Ice steals something from Queen. Queen gets all the money, and it was great. Everything was good there.
Yeah.
Everyone was better for it.
Right.
The Vanilla Ice didn't get the money for that song.
Right. I'll tell you one thing. So I have a buddy who actually owns a newspaper. It prints. He has a press and everything. He runs a paper.
Like he sends it to people's house.
He started a paper in 2006. The age of the email. Like he started a paper, and
poor decision making.
He kicks. He makes triple, quadruple what all three of us make combined every year. Like he's a baller, and all he does, he's a paper guy. He makes and sends papers, right? And so he is ass deep in copyright law all the time, right? Because newspapers curated content. They're responsible for all this other stuff, right?
There's something wrong with your anatomy.
He's taller than I am. This is his ass. Right now, I'm seated.
Sitting, sir.
Right, I'm seated.
I am ass deep.
I'm ass deep.
Ass deep.
So what he was telling me is, he says, you know what's crazy is if I write, one of my editors or my opinion people go in and review a restaurant, okay, and we publish it in our publication, it is illegal by copyright law, civil law, for the restaurant to take that review and put it up on their wall as a good review.
You wouldn't shut them down for it.
If you could go into Five Guys, right?
Why, Jason? Why would you not shut them down for it? For the exposure?
For the. How dare you? How dare you?
Right. He could make himself a bastard, right, and do the same thing. But he says it is illegal for us, or for them, by copyright law, for them to hang our publication in their restaurant because it's them gaining market share based on our work. And he says, well, that's an example of a copyright law that is never ever enforced, because one, he wants to sell more papers, and more people that walk in there see his headline and his paper that come into the restaurant, and they say, oh, okay, and they can read articles along with the review because he wants his paper, right? Right.
Can they read articles? I don't think they can anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, because I usually tend to think of this as like best and worst case scenarios to make an argument for one way or the other. And in that case in particular, if you had, here's this person published a review about my restaurant, and you put up on your restaurant wall and said Hall of Idiots, and then you published all of their papers, right? Then it's completely reasonable for that paper to say, hey, don't put me up on your wall under Hall of Idiots.
Yeah, right.
That's my thing.
Right.
I have rights to where you can put that review.
Right.
Take it down.
But favorable reviews.
That's the idea, is to protect them.
Right.
But
that's more libel.
How likely would it be
more
that
libel.
a restaurant would be like, here's all the people that fucking hate me.
But that's more libel than copyright, though, right?
I don't even think that's definitely not libel, because just calling them an idiot is an opinion, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think that would be enforceable under copyright, because it's criticism, actually.
Yeah, I don't
know. Putting them under a thing. Well, yeah, maybe. Again, it's like you'd have to decide a lot of these things in court. So like the letter of the law is you have rights to that review that can stop them from just putting it on their restaurant wall. But that doesn't mean that you would stop them from it. But that doesn't mean you don't have those rights.
I'm all about enforcement as a human being. Okay? Right. I've been talking about enforcement on this channel for as long as we've been doing it. Forever.
And that is true. I mean, that's William is true. The issue is when William and I are outside of a building that we are about to go into, and there is someone asking for $5 to get for entrance into the building. The one who is most likely to, I see a sign and I see a dude, I will wait in this line dutifully because there's an expectation that I'm going to pay this person $5. What William will do is just start walking. And and the next thing you know, I'm waiting out there for 20 minutes and I'm getting texts, "Hey bro, I'm up on stage." In that, that club that you're trying to get into, I'm on stage and I'm going. I'm out here in the cold. How about that?
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird.
I had my suit on in this case, so I was good. I was chilling. It wasn't a big deal.
Right. So anyway, it was super interesting to hear
Thanks calling me out on that one.
It happened. It absolutely happened.
It did happen.
But that's not an isolated case. That is your entire.
Definitely, I've never done that. Think of another circumstance where I've done something like
that. The previous evening, where you walked right past everybody in the club that was super loud, where you called me and said,
"Oh, the after party.
Don't leave me."
Okay, that's true. Actually, I had to do that.
Or is it that or the following night? Whichever one.
I think it was the night before.
Yeah, don't let me do anything stupid.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I said don't let me do anything stupid. Okay, listen.
But look, that's great. Hey,
Hey,
that's what bros do. Like you need bros to not let them do anything stupid, right? That's great. Yeah, that was great.
Please stop him.
But yeah, your whole life is about. I get it about enforcement.
In my head.
But here's what gets me about all these other things. Like up until now, we've on Twitch. William, all that you and I have ever heard is, "Hey, don't do it. Hey, don't do it. Hey, don't do it. Hey, don't do it." Right? It's always been warnings. This is the first time where I've seen actual Twitch has no problem going back 2.5 years into someone's clips and VODs and hammering and actually enforcing it for against somebody, right?
I mean, there must be an insane amount of these to enforce.
Yes,
it's just
right.
I still think that this is a non-issue right now on Twitch. Maybe at some point it will be.
In that clip of DJ Wheat talking to that guy, he said, "Look, they have the technology now to live monitor streams as they're going, and they could."
This is what people do not understand. This is an important message.
I think
they said that
do it.
They have the technology now. They just have not turned it on. They have not enforced it, but they could monitor all live Twitch streams right now and do strikes while they are live. This is not something that deleting your VODs is going to make you safe. This is DJ Wheat talking to the guy and saying this could be enforced at any given moment. That the fact that this was a 2.5-year-old clip and that statement, that is what got me spooked more than any of the other ones. More spooked than any of the other ones of just warnings and all this other business, right? Because we've heard because we've heard Twitch staff come out and tell us all the time, "Hey, don't use clips, don't use copyright material, etc." It's always been verbal. It's never been. We've never heard anybody in our circle that comes out and says, "All right, I was suspended." I've always gotten either an email or a warning. YouTube's a different story because there's all that other stuff. We hadn't seen any enforcement, not that I can recall. But this one was the one that got me spooked because it was enforced and it was without warning. And I saw that other clip of, hey, this is what else is coming. The live stream where Twitch's sweet spot, right, is live right now.
Yeah, and that's way more dangerous than.
That's way more dangerous, right?
Because there's a lot of people who have a focus on just live. They don't care about the YouTube stuff like I do. And that's the reason I really don't use copyrights, because I'm adhering to YouTube standards here on Twitch effectively.
Okay, so in your last, say, 3 months where you've got your editor and you've been producing YouTube content, how many how many warnings have you gotten? Do you still get them every day, or
they're for older stuff?
For new stuff, say in the last 6 months.
0.
Really?
I have everything is monetized. I have no demonetization on anything, or no one's stealing my monetization. Everything
0. Good.
Advertiser and brand friendly.
I try to be
that content.
I literally don't even say fuck on my main channel mostly. So
now that's all enforced by YouTube. Spotify,
right.
Yeah, right. I really don't think Spotify cares. I think they're pretty chill.
Yeah,
their advertisers do not care what's going on.
I'm not worried about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, YouTube is the reason that I have that standpoint for my language and for the content I create, is because I want to maintain friendliness with YouTube. I started as a YouTuber, so it's kind of just transitioned over here to Twitch. And I think, if you look at Z1, he is very similar to me in how he does his content in order to deal with the DMCA and also deal with the advertiser friendliness.
Yep, he did say, he did give us that referral. Have you seen this badge, Epidemic Sounds?
I've not.
Oh yeah, he did do that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I use Harris Heller's stream beats for my music when I do have music.
So Epidemic Sounds that's his referral code, Z1. It's our buddy.
Shout out to Z1 Gaming.
But it is music for you. It's specifically music for your videos, professionally composed and high quality sound effects. No copyright strikes or royalty fees. Pay monthly or yearly. Cancel anytime. It's a paid service that gives you licensing for this music, and it's cleared specifically for YouTube, Facebook, all that other stuff, right?
For now, for the moment, it's cleared.
And he did say that they even have a thing that says, look, if you use them for 2 years, and you produce 100 videos in 2 years of one video a week, something like that, and then you quit. What happens to the other? Are your videos protected? And actually, they are still. If you pay for the licensing for a time. So if you quit, say in 2020, all your 2019 videos are still protected. Now, January 1st of 2020, when you canceled your subscription, now you're on your own. You no longer have those licenses. So
I would immediately find a plot hole here, an issue here. So you have this contract with this organization that exists that says that you can have this copyright. And then the creator of that music 3 years later, a year later, then signs a contract with another label, and that label hits you with DMCA. Then what can you do? Your contract isn't enough to stop the DMCA. You have to take them to court and enforce your copyright that you had previously. And then you lose.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I
can't imagine you would lose in that case. And actually,
not the court case, but you lose just by having had to go to court.
Right.
Oh yeah. When you go to court to defend, and it says, "Oh yeah, you won." Oh, what did you win?
What did you win? You paid a bunch
you
of
won
money
what?
for a whole lot of nothing.
Right. Yeah. Right. You won what? Right. You didn't get any money. You lost all those court costs. You lost all that time. Yeah. Or you really didn't win. So
this is the reality of DMCA. Okay.
Yeah.
That is the brutal, absolute, painful truth for the little guy with DMCA.
Yep. Yeah. Enterprise, personal, creating content or podcast for your use, covered by YouTube. Yeah, they have 3 different plans, and that link that I just sent to you, that the little preference thing says UKTZ7D. That's Z1's code apparently. So there you go. If you want to sign up for it, I don't know.
We endorse Z1. He's a good dude.
Good dude, man. I've thought about that tons of times. So. Anyway, I've quit altogether. I even pulled out all of the.
There's a lot to think about here, right? There's like so many aspects of this.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. There was a part of me that was like, maybe I could send a video and type a paragraph, and I was like, that's not gonna cut it.
There's so much. It's so.
I could do this every week with you guys. I could discuss this every week, and we would have content for a year.
I shut off because I got zapped for Celebrate. On not zapped, but I didn't get a strike. Just be clear, I got mute. I went back and looked, and I saw muted audio. Right, and that was my.
That's what they used to do on here.
Yeah, right. That's muted audio. So that's a trick.
About Twitch. So that's what they do. That still, right? They mute audio still.
I
think so.
I wouldn't know. I cleared out every single VOD that had muted audio and every clip that had muted audio.
It's been a year since. Does anybody know, chat, if they still mute audio?
I should check and see if I have. One time, a long time ago, I did a stream that was
far away place.
Was Rock Band, and Rock Band is one of those ones that I was like, actually, you can maybe make the fair use for this. So, and this was way back. This was actually probably 5 years ago that I had that stream from, and I put I had the VOD up. They muted the VOD, and I appealed it, and I said, "This is Rock Band. It's critical to the stream." And I'm playing the video game for it, so I want a fair use exemption for this. And they kept those VODs on my channel, like the full, it was like a 4-hour VOD that had muted audio. They unmuted it and kept that VOD on my channel for like 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Successful argument.
It was very strange. I was in a technical glitch state is what happened. They were like, I guess we can unmute this, and then they forgot to flag it as stuff that gets deleted from our servers. I was just checking just now. It's gone now because they deleted all the VODs that are that old. But
well done.
There was a point in time where you could say, hey, this is fair use, and you could win on Twitch or on YouTube. It's just again, at the end of the day, if they really fight it, you end up in court, and like Badger said, it's like in most cases not worth it. There was a point in time where I was like, I actually really enjoy Rock Band, and I'm pretty good at it, and I could see myself doing a lot of streaming of Rock Band. And I have a buddy right now that streams and does Beat Saber. So he plays all of these songs, does them in Beat Saber, has a whole crazy setup for it where he does like an avatar that's in the stream, so it's like he's got full body motion tracking, and he's been blowing up on Twitch. And I follow him on Twitter, and all I ever see from him on Twitter is what a hassle it is. He's like, I cannot believe like how difficult it is to put out any content with this. Because I can't say, hey guys, it's fair use. I'm going to put this on YouTube. They're like, we don't care.
Yeah,
it's our music.
Right.
Shut it down. You're not allowed to do this. So it's like in his case, I would say that seems to qualify more. And I think you could win a legal case. I mean, if you had $100,000 and a team of lawyers, you could have a whole YouTube channel that was based on that. Probably not long enough to be profitable, though. You probably have to fight every court case. But like that should fall under fair use. So it does really suck that that's a thing. But I don't think that most people that are upset about it are, if you're playing chess and playing the music over it because you want music over the top of it. Yep. It's like, no, that's not
transformative.
DMCA bad.
It's not transformative in any way.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
Stop it.
Right. I would say in that same category, so something like rock
content.
Yeah, Rock Band and Beat Saber, or DDR. how about DDR? Right. I was just going to say.
Oh, someone mentioned it in the chat. Just Dance. Just Dance. Well.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
For sure, you could win a fair use argument on
that. So what?
You can't dance without the music.
Well,
have that be your content.
It would behoove Twitch to kind of take up this cause, because Twitch is actually making some good money off of those ladies that shake those money makers to the Twitch to the thing. I know I've been in several muted streams where there's ladies that do exactly that sort of thing, right? And they
you're gonna get canceled in like a year, bro.
Yeah, so they do a bunch of DDR, and Twitch is making tons of money off these ladies. So the ladies are making money, Twitch is making money, and if you're going to invite that sort of thing on your channel, it would be my point is it would behoove Twitch to kind of take up this banner and say, all right, for all of these types of things, we need to classify this as fair use. So hey, companies, don't come off of these content. Don't come after these content creators.
And we have a team of lawyers at Twitch that's going to protect that, because we are making money off that.
But they should. Otherwise, do you want to cancel all your money makers, right? If there's a 4,000 to 6,000 channel streamer that is dancing. My
problem with this is that you're talking about Twitch and YouTube protecting their content creators.
Oh yeah.
Taking liability for the content creators
only because they're profitable.
It's a big ask.
Only because they're profitable. Only because they're profitable.
They still won't. They're not going to take that leap, I think. I mean, I feel like this is actually a really good idea, Blake. But
yeah, I would.
I think they just won't. They won't do that.
If I'm Twitch, this person is making some good money for me, or this group of people is making some good money for me. Like, look, these thousands of subs are rolling in, and they have their sub goals. Hey, we'll do another song if we hit 50 subs, right? And we do the thing, right? That's
just things. There's one thing. Already some.
Yeah. I was going to say there's one thing that has me hopeful in all of this, and it was another reason that I wanted to come on when you guys were originally discussing this, and I was like, yes, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I have to make sure that I mention this. Was the idea that you guys were talking about with a channel extension for Amazon Prime Music?
Yeah.
There's no reason that would violate any copyright. If you have am a Twitch streamer. Mm-hmm. I pay for the Amazon Prime Music.
Yep.
I have a extension that says exactly what I'm streaming, so that you guys know when I'm singing along that I'm listening to music. You click on that channel extension. If you're subscribed to Prime Music, you can listen along with me, and that adds it to the channel. If you're not subscribed to Prime Music, then sorry, you're not giving money to the people who made this music, and you don't have it. And I was like, that's perfect. Why don't we have that? We should all have that immediately. That's something that should be in Twitch's best interest. Like,
it totally
they
should.
own Prime Music.
Right.
We could sell Prime Music subs on this.
Yeah.
Like, everyone wins here. The content creators, or the Twitch streamers, get to listen to whatever music they want. The music creators get paid because the music is streaming through a legal service where they get paid out.
Mm-hmm.
All of the people that are watching the stream can listen to music with it. And I'm like, this functionality is built into Discord. You could make it happen, guys.
I was gonna say. That's what I wanted to say.
Yep. And by the way, now the content creators, all these Twitch partners that get to do it, all the Twitch partners and affiliates become #1 salespeople for Twitch Prime. Guess what we're armed with, right?
This chat was literally you and Corball were right on the same page.
Right. I would say, and that's the same thing with watch parties, right? Is hey, go get Prime so that we can watch a movie together. And guess who is now commissioned salesperson? This guy, right?
See, this is the big muscle that Amazon has as a possibility here on Twitch. That's the thing about. I was talking about this the other day. What if Google had bought Twitch? What would it look like? What would the landscape be different like? And then now Amazon has bought Twitch, and then we have Amazon Prime, we have these watch parties, and there's a specific, I want to say, taint or influence that Amazon has had on Twitch that has changed things. And it should go to that, we're salesmen, and that's how that's how I feel about myself. I'm selling in that space, right? We're representing Twitch, we're representing Amazon by being on the platform. So
they had that thing that was you could click on the game that was underneath the streamer, and you could buy that game, and it would give them a portion of it. Like that was brilliant. And then they were like, hey, it turns out nobody wants to buy games by clicking at the bottom link, and then they killed it. So, but I'm like, give us a chance here. Give us Prime Music and have an extension in it, and then have people sub to that, and then they can listen to music while we play. Yeah, and maybe it'll be good. I hate that Mojo posted in the chat immediately. It's like Prime Music integration is a thing, and it barely works.
It barely works.
I think they could fix it. They could get it going.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff.
My solution for this, to have your audience listen to music, if you want to do copyright music, it would be a Discord channel where you're piping the copyright music that you're listening to in your headset into the Discord channel. They can come in there and listen if they want to. That would be the workaround that instantly works right now, but it obviously has a lot of issues in that they have to be on Discord. They can't be on mobile, that's for sure. Yep. So there's plenty of issues there, but it is possible right now to listen to copyright music on your stream, share it with your viewers without technically breaking copyright or definitely saving yourself from being enforced.
Right. I could do that, right? Like but my brother is enough of a programmer that he's in the downtime with COVID. It's like everyone's home all the time. Everyone's on Discord all the time. So he's spending hours and hours in Discord, and he's just started building bots for like various things. And I'm going to send him a message and be like, hey dude, could you just build a bot that would create a new user in a voice channel, and then you would hit the listen along with them, and then you would have it, right? Like we could do that, right? You could just
definitely. They exist already. So for me though, they exist right now. You could look them up. There's tons of people who do this already. So what I would do, I wouldn't even use a bot. I would just have it so that my mic is both my mic and my desktop audio, and it would pipe into Discord straight up, and that would be it.
You had that for a while, didn't you?
I have that. Yeah, I have that right now. No, I can do that right now if I wanted to. But so I'm not going to play copyright music on the stream,
right?
Because it'd be weird.
Well, your virtual mixer should be able to do that, right?
It does. I could do that. I could change the audio device right now to be both my desktop and my audio,
and then just play audio.
Yeah.
So it's totally doable easily.
Yeah, your listen live channel becomes also.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I would love to see Amazon take it up, like Twitch take it up and say, hey, this is something that we're interested in. Build it into the mobile integration. So it's literally like, this person is listening to music. Would you like to be subscribed to Amazon Prime Music and then also listen along with them? Click here.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll sub to Prime Music if that works. I'm sub to Spotify right now, but
Prime Music has a little extension that pops up like right here, right? And it'll say, "Hey, click me to engage your Prime Music, whatever it is." It's an extension, right? I thought it was. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah. That's.
Hopefully, I didn't say that piping music through Discord is not against copyright. I just meant it to protect you from being enforced, i.e., impossible.
It's harder. Yeah, it's way harder to do because. There's likely not a roving bot listening to all channels on Discord live looking for DMCA strikes yet.
Hopefully. Soon. TM.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think that's I'm a content creator. I do not play copyright music. I take music that is free to use. Yeah. If I do any music, I usually just use the game music. I mean, I'm saying it like I'm a virtuoso of not using copyright stuff, but I play video games on stream for content. I do transformative content, and that's
right.
Yeah, so I'm doing the best I can over here. You can handle it. I mean, you can find some okay music. You don't have to listen to Bruno Mars, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that sort of thing. So yeah, to that end, by the way, Badger, you're gonna mourn the loss, but no more exclamation point Australia. We come from the land down under. Oh yeah,
that's right.
It's gone.
What?
Yeah,
that's wild.
It's gone.
Like, the thing is, maybe you could win a fair use case on that, but like, I just don't think it's worth it.
Win what? Win what?
Yeah, win what?
Yeah.
Right. Win. What am I gonna win? I'm gonna win what? Right.
You've won a court case. Congratulations.
Yeah. Great. That was
come here, this.
Yeah, that was 18 months and a cajillion dollars. What did I win? Right. Yeah. So that's gone. And what a bunch of other my little sound drops. Okay, so one of the most common tier 2 sub benefits was get your own sound drops, right?
Oh yeah.
And many about half of them, half my tier 2s, they chose music clips, right? Steely Gold was one of them. He has a little David Bowie clip that was that he liked and that I liked.
David Bowie.
Gone. We swapped that out. But I went through. There. I had my buddy Breaker Bros. Gone. His was the Dukes of Hazzard because he was a big redneck. It was gone. Everything musical, basically every music clip.
Wait. What are you saying, Mojo?
Tick 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 tick. Gone.
Clown cutting everything except for the blessed RNG from his spin bot response. That's not an emote anymore. It got removed.
Right. It now prints out as text because I can't find where that goddamn file is to go remove the text for my video poker machine.
What?
So
I see. Okay.
It types out the word BLESSRNG and it doesn't do an emote anymore, but it shows the word. And I'm going, okay. And I've spent about 4 different occasions worth of 30 minutes looking somewhere on my hard drive trying to find this goddamn file.
What kind of weird bot are you, like archaic nonsense are you using there, homie?
Deep bot. Yeah, I paid for it.
I don't even use anything besides channel currency anymore.
Yeah. I've been thinking about flipping over to channel currency, and
you're always right behind me on these things.
Once I have a little more control. Once I have a little more control over, they give a few more features, then I'll probably switch over. Yeah. Right.
Which one are you switching?
Yeah, you pay for Depot, don't you?
Oh yeah, $5 a month. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's pretty much.
It's cheap. It's cheap.
$60 a year. It
is $60 a year. I mean, but you know my rationale was this was before Twitch had any kind of points or anything else. I had Ankh-Bot free, and I said I want
to use an Ankh-Bot for 5 years.
But then you remember the guy left. He says, "Hey, by the way, I'm out of here," and then he came back after I paid for DeepBot.
It was still fine though. the thing about when he left and he stopped producing, I was like, "This bot is okay still. It's not a big deal."
Right until it breaks.
And then you got into DeepBot because you're like, "Oh, I want some more support. I want it to." And then he came back, and then he got bought by Streamlabs.
Right.
And then now it's like the best bot.
I know.
Still,
I
just bet on
Ankh-Bot.
Right. You bet.
Ankh-Bot is Streamlabs bot. It's literally the same.
Wow. It's the same bot now. Yeah.
I bet on that horse 5 years ago. It's still running, baby.
Still running. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I got. I was like, well, I want a support deal. I want an email to be able to send a complaint to somebody, and for $60 a year, that's good enough. And I'm getting patches and. Like there's gonna be
the blessed RNG emote.
There's but I can't find. It's a custom build. It was my build. It's not the bot. It's my build. I built a bunch of intricate stuff in there.
Weird. And it's like blessed RNG got banned, right? It's not.
He
did.
Yeah, it's not emote.
You can't.
Yeah, he's banned.
Right.
He's banned permanently from Twitch. Fired from his job. His Twitch channel is burned. His emote was removed as well.
Do you know what his job was?
He had just started a new company. I don't know exactly what it was now.
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head.
I don't know, man.
And it's because of a twit longer. I mean, he admitted to it, so the things he was accused of, he did do.
To your point. I mean, this was my point all along in all this business. Twitter is a horrible venue for a trial.
Worked. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it was effective.
In some cases,
that were not okay, and then things were done with it.
In some cases, it was effective.
I don't know if you guys
obviously there was a ton of false accusations.
It's continued in the Smash community a bunch now.
Yeah,
it's just spiraling out of control. I'm like,
and
actually pretty glad I'm out of there.
Totally valid as well. There's a lot of pedophilia apparently going on there, and there's circumstances where absolutely this stuff need to be called out. But grooming 15-year-olds and trying to sex them when they turn 18, like literally taking a 24-year-old girl took advantage of a 14-year-old boy in the Smash community. I need to have that sink in, and we only found out of it because of this stuff. So there has been plenty of good things going on.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
In general, Blake, I agree with you. Probably should have taken this shit to court.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably should have had gone through actual law rather than Twitter cancellation of people. Because I feel like, I mean, those allegations, especially the ones I just mentioned, someone needs to serve jail time.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Right. The firing is not the appropriate punishment. The appropriate punishment is jail time, right? Is jail time, right?
I mean, not in the case of RNG.
Yeah, it's crime.
So like,
that's not a civil crime.
It's not a civil crime. It's not a civil crime. You don't sue. You don't sue for
jail.
You don't sue for that. Yeah, it's not civil. But then in the other case, so last night you got all spun up on Twitter again.
Oh, dude, I was fucking tilted, son.
Oh, no.
I was furious. The person putting together the allegation list was a sexual predator herself. Forced herself on multiple people. Is actively making this list, lumping in pedophiles and people who are bad friends, and is herself a multiple sexual predator. It boggles my mind. The people, those in
no
glass
names.
houses throw the stones.
Takes one to know one. Takes one to know one. I think is the one.
When I read some of that,
is insane.
When I read something like that, I thought about who is the most vocal politician, representative, or senator who is anti-homosexual. The closeted homosexual.
This is a real thing.
It is a real thing. It is an actual phenomenon that has taken place for all of our lives. You will see. There are all of congressional sessions are recorded, and the most passionate ones are the dudes who end up getting busted for the exact thing they rail
upon.
Hiring
a male prostitute, which totally fine, but maybe don't be homophobic. If
do it, I don't care. I don't care, but don't come out and yell at me. Don't come out and yell at me about me not doing it. Right?
You feel bad about yourself, and then you're attacking it. So
right.
It's like that was my revelation yesterday. Self-hatred.
Yeah,
it really is, right?
It's so crazy.
You hate yourself so much to be like, I hate myself so much that I hate whenever I see myself in any other person.
Exactly.
So I'm going to call them out for being like me because I hate myself that much.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Nailed it.
But that okay. So think about that statement.
Years of therapy.
So think about that statement, Jason, and we have seen that play out in every level of that Twitter drama, whether it's small and they're inferring behavior, they're inferring motives on William that he did not have based on 3 letters that he typed into a chat. Right? That is the same exact behavior of there is something in me that I'm projecting this behavior based on. I'm going to infer all of these sort of hateful things on this person. And then all the way up to the leader of the witch hunt is doing the exact same thing. It is that we got to figure out a term for that sort of.
Sure, there must be.
There must be a psychological term.
Projecting. It's projecting.
It's projecting, but at the same time, it's not. It's all kind of nefarious projection, right? There's a certain type to it. There's also good projection, right? Where, hey, I held the door for you. I'm going to expect you to hold the door for me, but I accidentally walk into it. I had higher expectations, right? I'm not projecting bad behavior onto you, but I just projected. Okay, I held the door.
For is a bad example. I'm not racist, so I wouldn't expect anyone else to be racist. So it's surprising to me when other people are racist.
Bingo. That's another good one, right? Yeah, that's another good one, right? So there's good projection where, hey, man, I had no idea. This is really new to me. I have no idea, right? I had no idea this existed.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's interesting. Like this negative self.
But there is a very destructive negative one, and the negative one is way more destructive to human life and human emotions than the positive one, I would say, right? The other one's more naivete, which you can kind of deal with, and you can say, okay, well, let's talk about this sort of thing. The other one's is, wait a second, hey, bro, I'm just here to make sure nobody's drink gets spiked, right? That's all I want to do is make sure nobody's drink gets spiked. Now you're going to pune motives, Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there are like because I haven't made any other public comments on this. I wasn't sure if we were going to get to it, but
it's a thing.
there are like two takeaways for me from this. Number one, if there's something that's going on that's a crime, that should be reported as a crime.
Yep.
You should involve the police. Someone should go to jail for this, and that's across the board. And the number two thing that I saw in the Smash community way more, which I thought was really interesting. I don't know if you guys saw this, but most of the people that were getting outed in the Smash community that were being let go by their like esports brands, all of the esports brands said, we're letting go of this person and we are getting them professional help because they clearly need it. I saw this like on 3 separate occasions where the organization was like, we are cutting ties with this person. We want nothing, like they are definitely did some wrongs here, and we are going to get them professional psychiatric help because they clearly need it. One of them said for the victims and for the person that we're cutting ties with.
All right, good.
And it's actually almost like they're trying to do something. You know, there's actually a goal there rather than just drama.
Well, or that's rather than CYA, right? Which is what most companies are trying to do is
cover your ass is what it means there.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Which is a lot of covering ass. Twitch's banning of certain individuals is just CYA. It's totally covering their own ass.
Totally. Yeah. It's how do I limit my liability in this case? What can we what could possibly be brought against us right now? So let's do whatever we need to eliminate those avenues
and to reduce outrage, to make it seem like we're doing something.
Right.
Because, the only people who were really banned are people who admitted to wrongdoing or people who had like absolutely overwhelming evidence.
Right.
Yeah. So they were really easy bans. And then everything else is like in the back, like this actually has to be handled legally, and we can't do anything about it. End of story.
Right.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was the big thing for me, was like anyone who's reporting any kind of sexual misconduct on Twitter, you should seek therapy. Like you should get someone, like Twitter is not a psychologist. They're not a psychiatrist.
Correct.
They're not going to help you. This doesn't, like, I know that, and people do this a lot right now. They're like, hey, I'm outing this person and now I feel better. And that, like, I'm even fine with that under any circumstances. Go ahead and air your dirty laundry on Twitter, but also you should seek professional help.
Yeah.
Twitter is not going to help you with these issues. Saying, hey, look, I've outed this person that wronged me. Like, even if it's not a crime, because again, it's like, if it's a crime, take it to a criminal system where those things are dealt with,
where you can deal with it more appropriately, right? We can deal with that
your personal baggage. You should seek therapy for, regardless of what it is whatsoever. Please go get help. Twitter is not. It's not even a Band-Aid, really, for the kinds of things that are being posted out there.
Right. And so to this end, let me take what Badger said. So William just posted something on Twitter. He says, look, if you have issues like this, he says, I would highly recommend you go see a therapist, talk to somebody about this. He recommends that for his accusers or the outlandish, all that other shit. He's still saying, hey, go see a therapist because, by the way, my therapist helped me, et cetera, and all this other stuff. That's his public words on Twitter. I will tell you that I would rather have absolutely people who are well-adjusted, not damaged, not even dealing with stuff, come out and say, look, I go to a therapist once a week, once every 2 weeks, twice a month. I'm not damaged. I don't have any trauma in my past, but I go to a therapist just to help my mental acuity and make my mental stability maintain, because I want to make sure that my self-image is worth it, is in the right spot. I want to make sure my relationships and how I view other people is in the right spot. I want to make sure I'm processing all the things that I'm taking in on all the stresses in my life. I want to make sure I'm processing those right. And I would even love, this was my dream for the USA, is if a president come out and said, look, I know we're all about this. Are we going to church or are we not going to church? I would love for a president to say, you know what? I believe in mental health, and America has a mental health problem, and we're trying to solve it in every other way that we can other than the right way. We're trying to solve it with guns. We're trying to solve it with Twitter and self-aggrandizing pats on the backs and echo chambers. We're trying to solve it with pills, right? We're trying to solve it with all this other choice and shut ourselves in. You need to solve these things with professional mental health therapists who can get your shit together when you go and process other people and yourself and work into the world. Therefore, as president of these United States, I am going to go to a therapist once a week, and I'm going to unpack to make sure my relationship with you people, the 330 million of you, is right. Make sure my staff, I'm serving my staff well as their leader. I want to make sure I'm serving my family who have to put up with me dealing with the rest of the world. And I'm going to make sure that my mental health is great so that when I sit across from our adversaries like China, like Russia, and like all these people who intend to do America harm, that I'm dealing with them in a way that is healthy and that I can help them reach a common ground, as well as when I sit across from my allies in the EU and Australia and Germany and all of the West, that I'm dealing with my allies properly and our friends. I want to extend all of those things to these people. So you know what I got to do when I get out there and I do all this while I'm working for you, 330 million? I got to make sure my shit is together mentally and emotionally so that when I sit across there, I can be the best leader I can possibly be. Holy shit, how awesome would that be?
Well said. Jesus
for
Christ.
Our leaders to come out and say that, and then suddenly we're going, wait a second, this is a real
I think
thing.
it's the greatest thing they've ever said on EAY.
Oh no, I've said some really great
you
stuff.
You said it before.
Yeah.
But I think no, I think it's the best thing, the best tirade that I think.
This is freaking great.
anybody's ever
I mean,
had.
imagine that.
I'm so glad I brought
Imagine
this
the
out.
change overnight that would happen if someone just is. It doesn't even have to be president. It could be any of the VP, all this other stuff, just to say, look, I'm putting it all out the line there. The world is crazy, and there's a lot of crazy people out there. But you know what? I can't control any of that. You know what I control? Me and my attitude and how I approach them. So I'm going to get some help for that. I'm going to get stronger on how all of this works, and this is what we're going to do. Right? Bam. Wow. Do the same. This is what I'm doing. You should do the same thing.
Wow.
Highlight.
He's
there
talked
you
about
go,
this
Max.
before,
Got
by
it.
the way.
Highlight and post everywhere.
Yeah.
He has had this conversation before. He said exactly this before. I don't think as much in
How
passion
bad?
and
How
as articulately.
How
I
much?
started off at this level, and Clown was like,
How easily?
Took it.
How easily would this person win the next election too?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I honestly don't
I love
know
it.
because the conscience that I believe is still that if you are going to mental health like help, you are sick.
It can't
Something
be
wrong
anymore.
with you
It cannot be anymore. And here's the thing.
I agree.
The next statement out of my mouth, if I were a leader, I would go, and by the way, veterans, you guys are on the front lines of crazy. VA services are going to be a front line of the craziest stuff that humanity will ever experience is on the front lines of war, right? They are. They just are.
For sure, yeah.
You guys, the VA, from right now, we are going to fund a special area of the VA. It's all going to be mental health. I mean, granted, there's physical things that we got to fix too, but there is going to be a separate section of the VA. It's going to be full of mental health because we are going to get these veterans who come back and who suicide rate is through the roof, and we need these guys to come in and get right with our society, and they need to process all this. So the VA is going to be a different place when we come out of it. And then the third thing I'm going to do, my staff, Congress is all going to consume VA services. Watch how quick the VA gets fixed overnight.
Super fast.
By the way, new thing hitting the Senate floor today is a new proposal that congressional medical insurance. No, it's going through the VA. That way, we're going to eat our own goddamn dog food.
I mean, that's great. I avoid I pay everything out of pocket.
How quickly would the VA go from worst in class to best in class, world class, if Congress had to eat their own dog food?
That would be amazing.
That is in 90
Screw Congress, right?
in 90 days, 90 days, the VA would transform itself, and our veterans would have world class health care and world class mental care. 90 days.
Con, why
all right, dude. What's wrong? All right, let's go. Are you ready? Let's go.
Let's, Jason, you bring that up, and I think I have ignored politics for a long time. I've just pushed them away. Like, I don't even use Twitter for politics, and I think that time is over for me. It really is. I think I have to.
I mean, I wouldn't, again, where we started with this was it's a good idea for everyone to focus on their mental health.
Yeah.
And that's the reason that I don't follow politics.
No.
It's because I'm like, I physically cannot handle it. I cannot handle it.
The issue,
it's too much.
The issue is,
not for me.
William and I struggle with this mightily all the time, is what is the right where do I get accurate information, and where do I get where do I get the accurate story from? And if you actually go out there and you find actual journalism, actual real journalism happening, hold on to it with both hands, because it is a dying skill. It is a dying field of expertise, and it does not happen very often, right?
We're so split, yeah. If you want to sell, if you want to get ads, you need to pander to one side.
You have to pander.
Fit what they see and think.
You have to pander,
because it doesn't matter even what the truth is per se,
right?
Because your profession is to earn money, right? You need to get clicks. So yeah, it is. I agree, it's a dying breed.
Yeah. I will give one shout out here to Philip DeFranco. That's actually where I get all of my news, and I justify it because he's a YouTuber. So if you want to say, hey, he has an agenda, it's it's for clicks, but it gives me a nice balance of the political issues versus YouTube drama, which I'm like, I think I need that a little bit, just so I can feel like what it's like on the other side. There's people that are like, I'm an influencer and I'm dealing with drama in the beauty community. I'm like, I want to know about this. It makes me feel better about my life. And then occasionally he's like, hey, here's this thing that Trump said. And I'm like, okay, all right, I can handle it in this format. But everything else is I don't know. I get impassioned about these things as well, but I would never go on a 5-minute tirade like Clown does, which is
that is none of that is.
I feel that way about copyright law. So
none of that is political. That's human, right? Well, that's neither a right or left issue. That is look, let's take care of.
It is really human. It's worldwide too.
It's worldwide. And it's not even just American. If other world leaders would do the same thing, they would go, look, we're public servants. I'm not here. I'm not in this position for me. I'm here for you, right? It
would be nice if they felt
you guys put me here as leader, right? Those elections, all those votes, you guys left your house. You guys left your house and made a political statement. You guys left your house for me, cast your voice and said, put me here. So I'm triply. I have so much accountability on me that I need to make sure that I am leading you people properly, and that's how we're going to do it. Right, I got to make sure I got my act together because you guys put me here. Right, everybody should do this. Every leader should do this. Right.
I think just from a practical perspective, with that kind of passion for it, if you got into just instead of the 30 minutes that you spent doing this overlay, instead if you called your congressperson and said, "Hey, here is how I feel," and just attacked them with it. I mean, I don't know if maybe that would be the best, but if you just a little bit less time on some of these other jobs that you have, and then a little more time activism for that.
I mean, I have a staff. I have a staff. There's 16 people that look to me as a leader. And they're going, what are we going to do, Blake?
I guess we're all leaders in a small aspect, leaders of a household.
Right, but okay, so my Twitch chat is I can't fire them from their job. These other 16 people I can.
You kind of can, sort of.
I guess I can them.
I can't cut off. Okay, here's a better one.
Can't cut off their income.
I can't cut off their income. Right. Yeah. These other people I can. Right. So my decisions on how I interact with them and all of those sorts of things are a big deal. How I also whether or not their income is in question, like a hiring or a firing, what I ask them to do could impact their emotional life, right? If I ask them to do some crazy stuff, I could put undue stress on them. Guess who that affects? Their family also, and their coworkers. So my actions can cascade down to other people, right? So when I interact with my team, it is very, very important that we have a good understanding of what my expectations are, what their expectations are of me, and we have a really great communication, and that they know that, hey, I'm in this with them too. We're all going to do this thing, and you got to have it why they're there and all that other stuff, right?
So it's interesting bringing the impact that you have on other people as a leader up, because I removed a chatter for a week. I think week timeout is what I gave him.
I saw this. Tell the story. This is great. This is great.
Because it was just a cultural misunderstanding. Yes, on Twitter.
Okay.
Well, basically, what happened was that the chatter said something in chat.
Keep talking. I'm see if I can find
it.
I'm see if I can find it.
And I was kind of like just put off by it. It was really weird. He was saying that he was piss wet, and that's weird to talk about urinating on yourself. It's very awkward. I'm gonna remove you from the channel. But then I realized he sends me a DM. He says, "Hey, Patrick, I got banned. I'm not really sure why." And I ask him his name. We have a very short conversation. And I go back into the log and I'm reading it, and not in the heat of the moment, I'm reading it over again. I'm like, this is such a weird sentence. So I type in piss wet into Google, and it turns out that it's a common phrase to indicate that you are soaked, like drenched, like you got wet. So he, in the context was he was going to the bus and got piss wet.
Check out that
link.
link.
Now he's watching the stream.
Yep.
And I gave him a week timeout for that, for telling me he got rained on. And he had to come later on to talk to me, days and days later. He worked with the courage to talk to me. And I looked into this thing, and I had to say to him, "I'm really sorry if this stressed you out. It was so unfair."
Yep.
Is it a UK Aussie thing?
Yep.
It's pissing down is what I've heard, and then I believe this person was UK, and I
okay.
Yeah, so he got. It was just a weird. So. Talking about the effects that we have on people, I wonder, and if you have also the XQC tweet as well, that is a very, very interesting video to watch. I think everyone should watch that video I've also tweeted about this. Actually, in that tweet is the link to that video.
Okay, it's Slasher's.
Slasher tweeted that content that a viewer made about XQC's stream. Basically, what happened was that a professional CGI graphic artist made some content for XQC stream, his favorite streamer, and he shared it with XQC, and then the content got him banned from the channel. And then he made a video about, or like it's an animation about how it felt and how it looked to be banned from XQC's channel. And I've been thinking about that constantly, like the impact that we have on our viewers, just from a split-second decision like that, like in the heat of the moment. Right. This is a really weird message. I'm going to time them out.
So let me quote this. Badger opens this up. It says, "Streamers make mistakes. Period. Banned this.
It was a mistake to ban that guy. Should not have done that.
Banned this chatter because of a cultural misunderstanding. This phrase is apparently something that people from the UK say? ? I've been thinking a lot about this video, and it was Slasher's work." And he says, "And the impact that this kind of a situation can have on a viewer." And he screenshotted this guy taking Badger to DMs and saying, "Hey man, I don't know why I was." He basically says, "I don't know why I was. Here's my username. I don't know why you were banned." And he says, "I don't even know either. I'm always been respectful in the channel, and I don't understand why I read the rules."
To be clear though, I did know why. So when I asked him why you don't know why you're banned, I had already looked up the chat log to see why he was banned, and I wanted to see what he would say.
Okay, right.
That's standard procedure for me, but.
Yeah, right. But then you quoted back to him. And you said, "I read this and thought you were talking about pissing yourself." Now I see it was about.
I did.
Yeah.
That's legitimate.
Hey, you know who else talks about who talks about pissing themselves all the time? Wife. And what that means?
Yeah.
Laughing hard.
Oh yes, of course it would be.
She says I was pissing myself. I was pissing myself the other day. It's laughing hard. Also,
because you were laughing so hard you would pee yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
The other one.
My gosh.
Yeah, the other one that she says, it's pissing down outside, rain, getting rained on.
We have roll on the floor laughing. We have laughing my ass off.
Right.
Like your ass falls off because you're laughing.
Yeah.
But we don't have I want like I want like a short code, laughing
so hard
until
I
I
piss
pee my
myself?
pants. Yeah, I want that. That's so
kinda good, actually.
That's like, because that's to me the
Pimmeal.
levels,
No,
right?
piss myself.
LOL is the
Oh,
lowest
sorry, I
level.
mistyped. Piss myself laughing.
Yeah.
PMSL. Piss
Is that
myself
a
laughing.
thing?
I'm not sure.
It is now?
Google it, yeah.
It is now. I just put
Yeah, it's
PMSL. Piss myself
I'm gonna
laughing.
upload a new emote.
Right.
It's gonna be Jaso PMSL. And
Nice. You're good. You'll be fine.
Jaso-
That's allowed.
Like,
JSO
it's
PMSL.
levels, right? You have LOL is like at this point.
Right.
Then you have Lamau
No.
is like
LOL. LOL is I exhaled a little quicker through my nose.
you guys are the way. Then Raffle, I would say, like I'll fall out of my chair laughing. That's Raffle. So that's, you got to be really. And then like pissed myself laughing.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
probably 4 times in my life I've laughed so hard that I could have pissed myself.
Yeah. So
Right?
so Titty
We don't
Turtles
have that. We don't
comes
have
back.
a word for it.
He says
Sometimes
so.
my internal laughter does not match my external laughter. Sometimes I find something super funny and I don't laugh at all. Sometimes
Yeah.
I find something moderately funny and I do a good belly chuckle. But for some reason, sometimes I'm like, man, that was really so funny, but I did not laugh.
Right. He says,
Well,
"I'll-
yeah.
That's raffle for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I ROFOL, even when I haven't laughed at all, but it was still super funny.
Yeah, Titty Turtles comes back and says,
no.
I see how you could have thought, I literally meant I was waiting for the bus and was drenched with rain and
Right.
wanted cheering up watching you play some Terraria. And that
so
was
sad
all.
to ban this person.
And he
He's
says-
so nice too.
Yep, and he says, thank you, William.
He's a good lad.
I appreciate it. Not stressed out at all. Thank you very much. And that was it.
Wait, what was it? He said, he said, I'm a good lad.
I'm a good lad.
I'm like, that's how you know.
Yeah.
Even when he says, I'm a good lad.
I'm a good lad.
There's a cultural misunderstanding already.
Yep, good lad.
That might have set me off into realizing also this was a UK thing when he called himself lad.
Yeah, lad.
Yeah,
I'm a
immediately.
good lad.
No
so-
one in the U.S. I'm a good lad. No, never. Get
All
out
right.
of here.
This has been a great conversation. Let's hit it up with a little bit of Twitch news. Tier 2 and Tier 3 subscribers for partners and is it for affiliates too? I got the
Wait, what is it? I think so.
Do not know. I know it's for partners.
I think I saw an email.
Tier 2 and Tier 3 subscribers get extra 6 emote slots. No, 4. Sorry. Partners will now have 4 more
right?
emote slots for tier 2 and Tier 3 subscribers by default, and I think they can even increase it. So there's more emotes for Tier 2. For Tier 2 and Tier 3.
I get badge flare. That's what affiliates get. So Tier 2 and
badge
Tier 3 are now differentiated with different some things.
Yep.
It
Oh
looks
no,
like.
partners get that as well. So the badge flare is
Right,
there.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't get the extra emote slots for Tier 2 and Tier 3. That's just for you
That's
guys.
8. That's a lot of emote slots.
I've-
That's a lot.
I am-
Like, what the heck am I gonna put in there? dude?
Bingo! I was burdened.
Like,
I was
have out of
instantly. I was
Of your Tier 2 and
instantly
Tier 3.
burdened. I have one coming. I've got one coming. That's going to be the token, right? It's going to be a little token thing that we coins, right? This one, I'm instantly burdened with what the hell am I going to fill these with? I was
I
burdened.
feel like I have to redo my Tier 2 and Tier 3
Yes!
to make sense.
I need to
with-
mix them all up now. Shit.
Yeah. And people are gonna get mad about that.
Yes.
Having PP not be Tier 3, Tier 2, that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna lose
Wait.
subscribers over that.
You're gonna
No.
lose. You're gonna lose the best subscriber.
Badger.
You're
That's
gonna
what I'm
lose.
saying. Like, it's a really
Hey.
weird situation for me.
You're gonna
cannot
lose the
change
best
line of
subscriber.
and move that to not Tier 2. It has to be.
Yeah.
Unless you move it
Yeah.
down. Only down is the only option.
Right. I
You
wouldn't. I
cannot
wouldn't
move
it
that
up
to
there.
Tier 3.
I
Yeah.
could move it up to. Wait a second. Hold on. Maybe we're talking about how to get down.
Revolt.
Hey,
Revolt.
you're gonna lose the
I'd be in
best
trouble.
subscriber,
I'd be in
and
trouble, yeah.
you're gonna lose the best fan if you do anything with that PP emote. Yeah, see,
Freaking shady. Yeah, she uses that thing all
shady,
the
she's gonna
time.
kick your ass.
Uh,
I was gonna
anyway,
say
that's interesting.
I'm
I'm way more interested in the
Rifle
flare,
attack.
and I need to confirm this, but I believe the flare is customizable as well. So for Tier 2
Let
and
me
Tier
see from
3,
the
there's different flails
email.
right now. Flares, and it's a silver star on Tier 2 by default, and then 3 golden stars on Tier 3.
It says Twitch will provide a star overlay decoration,
We
or
need to talk about
you can
your
design
flare.
your own. That's what it
Okay,
says.
so you can make
So
your
you-
own flare.
Either
there.
theirs
And
or
that's-
your own.
Right.
That is way, way, way bigger to me than having these extra emote slots.
Agreed.
Differentiating Tier 2 and Tier 3 subscribers has been a struggle for a very long time.
Yes.
Like trying to work out these new things to give them because it's such a monetary increase. You should get on this right now. You should get on
making a frame around them to make it stand out, to show that they are a special subscriber. Because what you really want to have happen right now is you want to be like, what is that border or what is that, what is that symbol there?
Yep.
Oh, tier 3 subscribers get access to, right? And then you can do your rhetoric, and that's how you encourage other people to be like, oh wow, you know what, I could do a tier 3 subscription, I don't mind. I've been given 5 gift subs every month anyway,
right?
So might as well
Boom.
tier 3 up, and the streamer gets an extra emote point as well, and I get an extra
5 emotes.
Freaking insane.
5 emotes now.
Yeah, that's nuts.
5 extra.
Yeah, so there's a lot of incentive right now if you capitalize on the tier 2 and tier 3 system. It's finally at a stage where we've gotten to a point where tier 2 and tier 3 are really good.
I got the emote. So Mojo says, "Am I the only one who prepared for this?" Yeah, I got the emote. I got the email in May, and I went, "Oh crap! I gotta."
I don't see these emails.
They're surprising us. I got this July 6th. I was like, oh, sweet.
Hey, how about that?
I mean, at the same time, I have extra emote slots right now that I embarrassingly am not using. But they did send me an email that they were like, they changed the policy. So now even affiliates are able to upload and change.
If you're in good standing.
Right, if you're in good standing. And I think they even emailed me and said, you're in good standing. Please upload some extra emotes.
Yeah.
You just change them in an hour. I was like, oh, I should probably do something about that. Yeah. Because I was waiting for it, because it was like, if I upload something and then I hate it, and then I have to think of a new thing, it's like was like a 4-day minimum, basically.
Right.
Changing emotes process for affiliates. Yeah, and they were like, no, you're in good standing. You can do that all you want. And I'm like, cool, okay. Yeah, cool. And then I see emails like this just surprise me. I'm like, oh, sweet, cool. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Grief gets a special thing in my channel.
Being able to upload your own emotes seasonal, for example, like when it's Christmas, you want to change all your emotes to be seasonal emotes. You can actually do that now rather than having to wait an absurd amount of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Golden share. Yeah, the last thing, Badge, did you pick up anything on the Steam sale?
Oh,
I bought Kenshi on the Steam sale.
Kenshi?
Yes, it's a real-time strategy RPG game that is based in an open world. It's pretty interesting.
Do I own this already?
And I also picked up 2 DLCs for CK2. CK3 is coming out fairly shortly, so CK2 is actually it's free right now. You can play CK2 if you want for free right now, and that's all I picked up, I think.
All right, good. All right, Jay, what'd you get? Did we lose Jason? Oh no, there he is.
I remember when I was talking about what's up? Am I again?
No, what did you get? Did you pick anything up on the Steam sale?
Yeah, so you would be proud. I posted about it in my Discord, but I decided that there were so few people that didn't own Terraria on my Steam friends list I bought like another, I think it was 5-6 copies.
Yep. Hallelujah.
Heyo!
People that have been following my stream for like 2 years. I was like, you need this.
You need this
right now.
You need this in your life. You do.
I bought everybody a copy of Terraria, so it's impossible for me to buy another copy now. It says you can't buy it for yourself. It goes to the gift list. It says everyone already owns it.
Yeah,
you can't do emails anymore, can you?
I was like, this was a good one.
Yep.
Also, with that, I really shouldn't have, but I bought a copy of Journey. Journey is a game that used to be PlayStation exclusive. People turned me on to this game because it won a Grammy for its soundtrack. And I was like, what? There's a video game that won a Grammy for its soundtrack? I have to own this. Wow. So I bought it on PlayStation. It came out on Steam, like a week ago. It's like hasn't been out that long. So I think it may even still be on sale. So I got that one. That one would highly recommend. It's not really a stream game, but it's like an emotional journey.
Yeah.
What's to say? Definitely is something you can play on your own time and have a very spiritual experience with that one.
Yeah.
So I got that one. What else did I get? A couple other little ones. I got Pixel Junk Monsters 2. I bought a copy of Super Markup Man for some reason. So
for some reason.
I wanted the game to teach me HTML. And then I also bought Tooth and Tail, which was on sale for like $2. But that's another RTS game that has like mice are the playable characters. If you guys ever read like what is it called? I'm losing it. It's Brian Jacques. It's like Mosswell series. It's a series of books where they have warrior mice, and it always reminded me of it. And I was like, I have to have this. So we'll see how that goes. I should probably play it on stream sometime soon.
Where do I go to see my
purchase history?
So I would do if you go to your library and click on recent activity, it should show you all
your account. And then click on your name there. It'll say Blake or whatever. Then account details.
Click on that. That's what I was.
And it'll bring you to view purchase history.
Purchase history. Gotcha. Okay. This is exactly what I was looking for. All right.
It's a better one.
So on same as Jaso on
there you go.
On July 4th, my 5th year of streaming on Twitch, 5th year anniversary. Woo. I bought 4 copies of Terraria and I gave them out to friends. And then on the Steam sale, if I go back, I think other than Red Dead Redemption, if you take Red Dead Redemption last November, my biggest purchase in 9 years was Monster Hunter World bundle with Iceborne.
That's right, you bought it, dude. I don't even own. Oh wait, I don't think I own Iceborne.
You probably don't have an
man.
Iceborne. It was after you stopped it. So I bought the bundle, the big bundle. So it was $43.
Are you liking it?
If you go all the way back in my history, the last time I paid over $40 for a game was 2011 Left 4 Dead 2 for $44, and I played with my buddies. That was the last time I paid over $44 for a game. So I own Monster Hunter World, and you saw my Twitter. You saw my Twitter stuff. I've been breaking Shady's ear off, saying, "What the hell's up with this claw? This claw sucks.
I do?
What the hell am I doing with this
claw?"
When I
started playing, right? I was like, "Shady, help!"
Yeah. I bought Left 4 Dead 2 the day it came out. Bought Left 4 Dead 2 the day it came out because my buddies all bought it, and let's go. It was the same day, but it was on release day because we were Left 4 Dead 1 fiends.
Boys.
Yeah,
boys.
we were bros.
Diablo 3. We were like super release day boys.
Yep.
I literally have never bought another game for $60 on Steam, other than Monster Hunter. I just checked my purchase history. There's no other game that I've ever bought for $60 on Steam I've had this account since 2011.
Yep, 2011. Yep.
I've bought like 4 packs of games. So I bought like the Terraria 4-pack, which is slightly more expensive.
No.
I bought a 4-pack of Gauntlet, which is one of my favorite games. That was $60, but
no, I take it back.
Yeah.
2008. It is Left 4 Dead 1 for $44. Yeah. And then Left 4 Dead 2, $44 also.
2008, December 28, Left 4 Dead.
Yep.
The original $37.49. TF2, $9, free game by the way.
Yeah, free game.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the first game I bought on Steam, $49.95, March 24th, 2008. Wow.
You guys pay all the big money.
Nice stuff. I guess I buy games, bro. Dead Island, when it came out,
Left 4 Dead 1,
$49.99.
2000 Left 4 Dead 1, $44 for Left 4 Dead.
I bought a friend a copy of Dead Island for $49.99.
You don't even remember? You don't remember who this friend was?
I don't recognize the name. No,
that's great.
Next to the name.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I know your attitude was, "Hey, screw you! You're getting this right now."
I was like, "I'm buying you this game. We're playing Dead Island. I don't give a shit."
Jeez, there's like so few things that I've bought, and because of just the Humble bundles, I have 1,000 games that I own personally for me on Steam.
Yeah,
there's too many. I'm like, I can't buy video games anymore. I can't. You want me to spend what on? No, I have 1,000 of them.
I know. There's so many, especially when you become a streamer and you get this thing. I mean, I'm sure it's not even. Badger and I were talking about this back when we were pre-affiliates. Like we were pre-affiliates, and it didn't exist, and it was just like, look. Badger said, "Man, I've got so many games." It was 2016 or something. You're just like, I got so many games. I got so many thousands of games. They throw games at throwing games at streamers, and so much of it is crap. Like there's so much crap that they throw.
There's so much garbage there.
There's so much garbage.
But it's hard to shift. All right,
but I did.
What do you guys got going
Monster Hunter World. All right, so this week, guess what? Hideo Kojima releases Death Stranding on PC on Tuesday. July 14th.
$60.
It is.
A lot, yeah.
It's a big deal. I am probably going to move my my Trauma Tuesday to Trauma Monday, and then Tuesday we're going to do some Death Stranding, I think.
So Death Stranding reviews are awful, by the way.
Yep.
Mixed.
Talk to the hand.
All the people that I know who like video games that I like, they're
really?
a big no on that game.
That's fair. Yeah, overall mixed. It takes a special breed to enjoy Death Stranding.
It's weird because like I like stuff that Kojima makes camp. Period.
So
like I want to like Death Stranding.
I want to like it. Yeah.
That really is some powerful criticism.
Yeah.
I like everything that Kojima makes, and I hate Death Stranding.
Yeah.
All right. You've convinced me. I won't spend $60 on it. You got me.
There's Green Man Gaming. You can pre-purchase it for $43 if you want to shave a little bit off. If you have a little bit, you pre-purchase. Yeah, and you can do the thing. So
you should never bring up Kojima at the end of a stream because we could talk about Kojima forever.
We do.
We've had
Kojima streams
just on Kojima stuff.
We had Kojima streams. Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a lot on him. We talk about him all the time. Like just the Metal Gear Solid stuff.
Yeah, all the time.
Pain, we talk about.
Yeah, I have Metal Gear Solid. I haven't played it. Too many games.
By the way, me and my family had a deep discussion about what Phantom Pain is.
Cool.
Like a year and a half of, okay, there was a limb here and it is now missing, and now it is Phantom Pain. It's like there's a part of me that's missing. And then, like, we went into what was a part of you that is missing now. You're gonna feel pain about that all. Like there's this whole second level of
what do you got going on? Come on.
Anyway, it's
we
great
can
stuff.
do this stream forever. We got next week, boys.
Death Stranding is probably gonna take over. I'm probably gonna do a lot of Monster Hunter World. I'm gonna be off every Friday from here on until eternity. And because of COVID and required vacations, so Fridays I'm going to start streaming a little bit earlier.
Oh, no.
Also, I have a vacation coming up. I'm going to go to the mountains. I'm going to go chill. And that is coming up the last week of July, starting on the 26th, I think. 26th, we're bugging out. So not next Sunday, but the following, we may do an EAY early so I can get it done on Saturday or something, and we'll get out of here. So not next Sunday, but the following, the one that was originally scheduled on 26th, I'm going to be in the mountains, and I'm going to do that for a full week. It'll be the longest in 5 years I've taken off in straight days. I don't think I've ever been off for more than 3 days in a row, maybe 4 when I went to Vegas. But I will actually take off for like 6-7 days in a row.
You should take more vacation for your mental health. What are you doing?
My mental health is pretty good, actually. I take 1 to 2 days off every week, and I exercise.
Oh, there you go.
I get that sex on.
All right,
I get
Jason,
all that stuff, man. It's all good.
Yeah, I tried my best coming up to this. There you go. I tried my best coming up to this because you guys know I don't know, haven't been streaming as much basically this year than I did last year. So I was like, I'm going to stream more so that after I'm on a podcast with you guys, when I'm all energized, I'll already be kind of back into the groove of things. So I'm playing basically anything at this point. I'm playing all kinds of crazy different games. I streamed some chess for funsies. I streamed some Halo. I've been streaming a bunch of Call of Duty. I'm playing. I've got Journey and Tooth and Tail to play, so I'm going to be doing some of that. But I have not for the only time in the last 5 years, but for the first time in a year, I'm taking a full week off for my wife's birthday, which is next week.
What?
So I took all 5 days of the work week off. So I am off for the next 9 days. So we're definitely streaming on her birthday. We'll probably be playing Terraria, unless somebody talks us out of it.
Good.
So there'll be some of that going
hardcore?
on. Hardcore?
Yeah, with me, like we back in the day?
I think she won't play with me hardcore, I think. I think she will say,
she's
no,
the one
you're
who
not.
she killed herself one time with dynamite, and you killed yourself multiple times with sand. So, you killed yourself in sand.
For the record, I have never died in a hardcore game the VODs don't exist. You can't prove it.
That's
Got 'em.
true. It's true. The VODs don't exist. So you're just playing offline.
But
Nice.
yeah, so I'm gonna be definitely doing a bunch more streaming this week. But I'm I don't know. Lately, with the whole overall message of this stream in mind, I've been trying my best to take care of myself. So
Good.
when I'm like, hey, streaming feels cancerous right now, I've been not streaming, and then when streaming feels good, then I'm streaming more. And so I've got a whole week off. If a whole bunch of streaming happens, hopefully it's all good. And if it doesn't, then I'll be watching a ton of anime. Oh, one other shout out, because it's in my Discord.
Yep.
I have been doing an anime podcast as well with a buddy of mine, where we are watching 3 anime every week. And then we're watching 3 separate anime. We're watching the first 3 episodes, and we're rating them all on a scale of 1 to 3. And it's called, wait for it, the Anime 3-Way. And it's great.
You mentioned this, okay.
So,
that sounds cool, actually.
I'm kind of just doing it as a side project. Not that many people watching, but if anyone's interested in anime and you want to come check that out, it is on my alternative channel, Suburban Crusaders, and it'll be hosted on my channel and stuff. So check out my Discord. I talk about it there a bit.
Nice.
Cool. I've been watching so much anime.
Yeah, way more stuff going on than me. Okay, for my week, I'm not doing anything. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll probably play Terraria, and then maybe So today for my stream, we watched anime. We watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Really?
Watch party? Watch party?
We didn't do a watch party. I just literally pulled up YouTube, typed in JoJo. We watched some trailers for some animes. We talked about anime and stuff like that, and then it was a shit show, really. But we might do that at some point. I have no idea what kind of content I want to make. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. So it turns out that's always been that case. So whatever ends up happening on my channel, I don't know. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, noon CDT, 6 p.m. UK, 3 a.m. Australian time.
There we go.
You go. Jason, are you about to go live?
Right now?
Yeah. Are you wanting to springboard into your live stream right now? We could host you.
Best not, I think.
Okay.
Really, I'll pick somebody.
All right.
I'm sweating here.
I've
been streaming without the green screen lately, so I gotta shut all this down.
Okay.
And then load up something different. So.
Okay. I want to extend that to you right now. We could keep the party going if you want to.
So we're gonna go right to Ika. Ika's a good friend of ours. We met him at TwitchCon and hung out with him. He is playing some Hunter Call the Wild.
Did you just hit
the
button
here, everybody?
Did you hit the button?
Yeah, no, it's actively. Once I hit raid button, we'll be good.
Okay.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it very much. You think I left without doing that? Stay motivated. That's the most important thing. You're motivated. You can do anything. Stay awesome because you know you're awesome. And remember, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.